Now, today is Samsung Day here in our home, and we have both the Fold and the Flip 7. And in today's video, we're going to unbox them. This is going to be a really simple unboxing. We're going to also show you some of the differences because I have the previous generation of the devices. We're also going to be taking a look at the Galaxy Watch 8. And I will tell you, spoiler, I was hoping to use some of the bands from my previous watch, and they are not compatible. So they changed the buckle or the clip system. And unfortunately, if you have already some straps, you're going to have to get some new ones. Just wanted to share that. So let's do the unboxing and see what's in store. Now, I'll tell you, I couldn't wait to get my hands on the Galaxy Watch 8. And I'll tell you, of all the products, even though I'm really excited with the Fold, I really wanted to get the Watch 8 out because I really missed the classic bezel that was no longer available with the Ultra or the new version that we have here, last year's version. So I didn't trade mine in. I kept it, as you can see right here, and I really wanted to get to see what the differences were. And I'll tell you, for those of you who had this watch or were considering getting this watch versus the 8, I do prefer the 8 Classic because of the weight and the size, just the way it feels. So that's just one thing I just wanted to share with you before we do the unboxing, so you'll be able to see that. And I already have the watch on, as you can see right here. So let's go ahead and start looking at what we can expect from the Fold. Now, things have gotten really simple when it comes to the unboxing of these devices because, frankly, there isn't a lot of accessories anymore included. So we're going to go ahead and open up the box. And here you have the actual Fold. We'll go ahead and lift this out just like this. And pretty much nothing left. If we go over here, this is the one thing that I'll highlight is that on the cover, again, this is the cover of it, you'll want to pull this open because there are some things here, right? So if you need to be able to remove your SIM card, there's typically a SIM card remover in here, and we'll see if it's there. You can see it right here. And then what you'll find is a USB-C charging cable. So here you have your USB-C charging cable, and then you have your SIM card remover. Now, always highlight, grab the cable because the cable for the Samsung devices, this is a fast charging cable. Unlike Apple, which will not include a fast charging cable, they give you the fastest charging cable for charging. And I just did a full review of a lot of different charging solutions that you can get that are going to rapidly charge your phone as well as all your accessories. So make sure you check that out. I'll include a link for that. But what you're going to get here is pretty much your phone, a cable, and a SIM remover. And no joke, when we went to our local Best Buy to take a look at the Fold, I was just floored with how thin it was. This year we didn't make it out to Samsung's Unpacked event. We just had some conflicts and things going on, so Wish was there but couldn't make it. So we went to the store just to see it. And I'll tell you, this thing is slim. Take a look at this. This is how slim it is. Before we go on to some of the other devices, I just want to show you, this is thin. If I were to take out my existing Fold, and I am and have been a Fold user since the very first one came out, I will tell you, one of the things that I struggled with was the overall weight of the device. But I am a super fan of this format. And check this out right here. This is how thin this is. And when we close it, so we're going to go ahead and close this one, remove this thing from here. I'm going to go ahead and close this one. This is what we're going to talk about here is like, look at the difference. This is a significant difference. If we were to compare this to my S25 Ultra, this is the Ultra next to it. The Ultra is actually, with the case, is thicker. Now, we have some cases that we're going to be showcasing on the channel, so you'll see some of those as well. But let's put these side by side. And now when you look at this, yeah, it is the Ultra is thicker than the Fold. So typically what I do is I have 2 SIM cards. I have one for testing and then one for, that I use as what I would call my production phone. And I carry 2 phones with me. Now I don't really have a need to because I can tell you that the Fold now, given the thickness, is going to be my primary phone. And also given the fact that the screen is also pretty large, if we compare them, I'm going to put the screen right on top of it. It's just slightly larger, but this is going to be enough for my needs when it comes to consuming content on the front screen. So once again, big changes or differences when I see what's going on with this device. So this is an awesome device. All right. Now, a couple other things I got is I got some screen protectors, which we're not going to go into because, hey, you know what, they're screen protectors, but I got these because you get the discount always when you're dealing with Samsung on that first pre-order. And then what I did is I picked up the Galaxy Watch 8. And the Galaxy Watch 8, sorry guys, I couldn't wait. Just show you, pretty much what you have is the watch separate. And then what you have here is the watch straps, which I'll show you, right? You also do have a charger, and that's going to be hidden over here. So you'll want to make sure that you're checking everything out. This is a little tricky to get out. So I'll push in like right here and then pull this out. And when we open this, there's a charger. Now, I do remove the chargers because at times there could be something different going on with the chargers. If you have an older watch, one of the things I've also noticed, with some of my older chargers, since I've had so many Galaxy watches, is that, now it's USB-C, right? So that's a key right there for me. And what we'll see here is like, yeah, this one again is USB-C. So USB-C, and then you have your charger, and your charger, will also work on your old watch. So that means that this is probably going to be backward compatible with the charger from here. So I don't know that I'm going to have a problem with that. So we'll just push this over to the side because there's no need to see what else is here because there's, again, not a lot in this box. Now, the next phone that we also picked up is the Flip. And I did not upgrade last year with the previous Flip. I held off. I didn't really think that there was enough there that was changing with the Flip. So I went ahead and I skipped it. And this is going to be the same situation. So here you have your cables and your SIM card. Over here you have your Flip, and we also have cases for this. And this is a nice phone. And, for whatever reason, it just, it could feel a little bit heavier too than the Fold. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like kind of like the placebo effect of the Fold being so thin. But here we have the Flip. And the Flip is a really, really nice phone. I've been trying to convince Nilda to switch from the S25 Ultra to a Fold, especially because of the large screen. Maybe she'll switch. We'll see. But here what you have going on is the Flip. And the Flip, we'll remove this, is also a really, really nice upgrade. And, one of the things I just wanted to highlight, let's see if this comes up here. The crease for the Flip is almost non-existent. Check that out. So we're going to fold this, right? That's what it looks like fold. We're going to open it up. And when you look at that crease, it's almost invisible. And we'll put that at an angle. That is really, really good. Let's go over to the Fold and do the same thing so we can see what that looks like, and then we'll power them on. And you can see with the Fold here, you can see how you can still see that crease there. That crease is still present. So really, the Flip, if you were to compare it to the Ultra, check this out, guys. It's almost like an Ultra, but that can be cut in half because it flips. So really, really like that. Obviously, it's not going to be as powerful. There are some differences here, but I really like the overall feel of this phone. Now, the other thing that changes greatly is the fact that this phone has a massive, massive screen. And so this entire area, which in the past was not, is now a screen. So I'm going to go ahead and power it up. Hold the side there for a second. And then this is going to be powering up any second. Let's see, am I pushing the right buttons? Yes, I think I am. So let's go ahead and open this up and then push it again. The screen itself is pretty large. There we go. And you'll notice how it covers this entire area here. So you have a great screen. I'm sure there's going to be more changes taking place in the front. That's going to give you a lot more flexibility. But here you can see how much of the screen this is taking up. It is using Android. It's cool to see it happening on both sides. We'll let that start up. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the Fold. I'm going to power it up. I have to remove the actual screen protector that it has right here. And we'll go ahead and do a power up. Like I said, I'm going to be moving over my primary SIM to this guy to use this as my go-to phone now. And wow, that's taking a long time to power up. Let's go ahead and press it. All right, now it's on. So now we see that one powering up, and the same thing is taking place here. Wow, that's hard to open. Inside and out. Because it's so thin, it's actually harder to open up. Weird. Something to note, right? I'll get used to that. So we'll let both of these start up. We're going to transfer all our information over to both of these and set them up. There's a lot of videos out there on performance. These perform extremely well. One of the things that I'll highlight is that I will have some tips and tricks videos coming, as well as a lot of accessories that have come in so far. We have, we'll also talk about screen protectors because we've gotten some screen protectors as well. Some of the cases come with screen protectors, so that's something to understand as well. And the story here is again the thinness of the fold, and then also the how large this screen is. It's just spectacular again in size. So a lot going on. Let me show you now the Galaxy Watch 8, right? And the Galaxy Watch 8, if we compare it to, again, the Ultra that we have here, really what you have is the bezel that shows up. I haven't powered it up yet, so we'll go ahead and do that. But also what we have is that it's thinner. So take a look at that. You can see how thick this is compared to this one. The buttons seem to be placed the same way. This one's using they only have it in one finish, right? Which is this chrome finish. This one was kind of like a matte color to it. I don't know which one I prefer more because I've had both before. So it'll be cool, getting used to this one again. But what I will show you is kind of like what I was talking about, the clipping system. So I'm going to push the button right here and remove this. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing for this guy right here. Remove one side so that we can see. Now, this is what I'm talking about. They kind of look the same, but they're really not. We'll go ahead and put it right here side by side. You can see that one is wider than the other. So you're not going to be able to use the bands, right? And then you'll notice that this has kind of like some silicone right here as well, and you're not going to be able to use it. Now, I did choose, I thought, a good color. So I like black. This has kind of like a leather, faux leather on the top, and then it has silicone on the bottom, which is what I recommend because if you work out, you can wear the band and not worry about it getting smelly because it's something that you can just wipe off easily. Now, to put the band on, all you do is you put it back in place and then you snap in. Because this watch is new, or I haven't done this often, it may be a little bit tricky to get that back in. But there it is. So now it clips back in place and we're set to go. So all in all, you have a thinner watch. You can see how thinner it is. Great performance, great battery life. I've really enjoyed my Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra for a while now. They had some issues early on battery life, but they got that squared away really quick. So we'll also do tips and tricks, but that's our unboxing of all our haul per se of all the things that we got with Samsung today. So if you haven't received your watch or your phone, I'm sure you'll get it in the next day or so. So hopefully you'll be as excited as I am to really try it out. So guys, that wraps up our unboxing. See you in the next video.